All right, let's do it. Bless up, y'all. King Kevin in the building. Hope all is well. All is good with you and your families, your friends, and loved ones. Straight to the point. Maybe y'all know me as King Kevin Dorable, author, filmmaker, goal getter, all around hustler. I write books. I remediate mold removal, renovate houses. Father, proud father, happy father, and life is. I'm definitely humbled by everything, and just being here as a man, as a real man. I'm coming to y'all as a real man. So many of you guys are women who like to emasculate men. You're not gonna like what I'm saying, but you guys who are real men out there, masculine men out there on the grind, doing their thing, you're gonna respect and love what I'm saying. Now, Ed Reed is a warrior, a general, a rare kind of man that we don't have today. We don't have the Ed Reed type of genes populating the earth because most of our men have been effeminized. Now, what's been going on with Bethune Cookman University and his rant that he did with the videos and showing, people, picking up trash and the mold in the dorms and the mildew and just the security issues for the students. Bethune Cookman College, my understanding, 65% of the population, student body population, is women. So that troubled Ed Reed because there's little to no security on the campus. There's homeless people walking around through the parking lots and on the campus and et cetera, which is definitely unfortunate. Now, I would say this, regarding Ed Reed and just the whole situation. I wish Ed Reed would have waited to make the video. I wish he would have waited to get on contract to expose the school, and maybe not necessarily expose the school, but put the truth out there slowly but surely, strategically. You know what I'm saying? You just can't go out there and say, any type of thing, you know what I'm saying, and you haven't been put on contract. Now, he was dedicated. Ed Reed is a very passionate, very, very passionate individual. Like, he really goes hard, whatever he does and everything he does. I've been watching him playing at University of Miami, for some years, in the Baltimore. I mean, he played for quite a few schools. And, it's just sad that, they went and took him out, canceled his contract, the contract they were getting ready to work on, because, they felt like, he was disrespecting the school. And the Dr. Drake, the president, what I'm saying, fired him, et cetera, et cetera. Which is a sad situation because he's a great, 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 passionate guy. And I want to play this video, at least for you guys to listen to this video. If you can't see it on Instagram or Facebook, but on YouTube, you'd be able to see. Of course, my YouTube is Kevin Dorable or King Kevin Dorable, and you see it. But I want to play this video for you guys. What Ed Reed, just a little speech and a little bit of highlights of this passionate football player. You know what I mean? I always thought he was from Miami because he always was rocking Miami, but he's really from Louisiana. He's literally from Louisiana. So I want you guys to listen to this. If you can hear it, I'm going to turn the volume up as loud as I can. But just this is a speech he did on halftime when they were winning the game. You know what I'm saying? And he felt like his players, his teammates at University of Miami was not playing up the part. He felt like they were being lazy because what I'm saying, they were winning the game against FSU, but he was pissed off that they were they wasn't really going hard all the way, even though they was winning the game. That is a testament of how strong and powerful and how focused this man was, a real man. Now, in 2023, we all know Black men have been, feminized, emasculated, and almost to the point where we are unimportant, discarded as trash. We either end up in prison or jail or in the graveyard or homeless. But when you have a man that's passionate about his vision, his purpose in life, and wanting to help other people uplift themselves, they're gonna come across a little different. And people and we've been made so soft these days, man. I mean, it's just let me stop. Let me just take a break because I'm about to go in. Let Mr. Reed talk so you guys could hear this discussion about what Mr. Ed Reed was saying during his halftime speech. I'm gonna play a little highlights. Here you go.
I'm hurt, dog. Don't ask me if I'm all right. Hell no. Joaquin said dominate, and we not doing it. I'm putting my heart in this, dog. Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go.
Now, that was just a brief. I played a minute 44 seconds of somewhat what Ed Reed is about and what he do. This is him at a young age. Somebody, a guy that's possibly in this video 19 years old, but he has a warrior spirit. He's always had a warrior spirit. Now, for those who might have watched the Roland Martin interview and Ed Reed, I think it was yesterday before, and how passionate he was in the video. The man's crying on on the internet, but national television. Roland Martin is a big deal. His show got 1 million subscribers. You know what I'm saying? So he gets millions of views. He's crying and trying to speak in his passion about how much he, loves the students, loves the kids, loves investing in the young men to make them into gentlemen, to real men, to respect themselves, the community, women, and all of that. Everything that we need. And so the last thing that should have happened to Mr. Ed was for him to get fired. He should have never been fired or released from working with Bethune-Cookman College. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, because, of everything he exemplifies. He exemplifies everything that we're lacking in today's society, everything we're lacking in our men today. Now, just a little briefing on Brother Ed. He played in the NFL, drafted 2002 to Baltimore Ravens, played for them 10 years from 2002 to 2012, played for Houston and the Jets when he exited back in 2013. Now, he's also chief of staff at University of Miami as an administrator, a 6-figure job that he walked away from. I just want to put that out there, 6-figure job, more money, way more money than he was getting paid at Bethune-Cookman. But he took a reduced pay to leave his job at University of Miami to go to Bethune-Cookman. That's another story. Added parts of the story. Super Bowl champion, defensive player of the year, 2004, 5-time first-time All-Pro, 3-time second-team All-Pro, 9-time Pro Bowler from 2003 to 2012, 3-time NFL interception leader. I mean, he had tons of interceptions. I don't even know how many interceptions guys. Ed Reed was a ball hog, straight up baller. And I just want to, how many yards he got interceptions, nearly 1,600 yards, and interception return yards. That's a lot of yards. You know what I'm saying? 1,500 to 1,590, 1,600. That's quite a few. That's a lot of running backs can't get that in a year. Longest interception return, 108 yards. He had quite a few interceptions, 64 to be exact, fumble recoveries, forced fumbles. You're talking about 24 total. I mean, I could go 7 touchdowns. He played 174 games. So this guy, what I'm just trying to paint for you guys, that he was a bona fide ball hog, a bona fide baller in football. And so his passion, I've always been aware of how strong and passionate he was in football. I didn't know too much about him working with the youth so much, but this man he built a park in Miami for the students. He works with students in Baltimore, some of the baddest, worst schools in Baltimore. The worst one is Booker T. Washington School, you know what I'm saying, up there in Baltimore, where there's literally the projects, abandoned buildings across the street from the high school. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. He spent $2,500 of his own pocket to try to clean up the land of Bethune Cookman College. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I mean, on and on and on. And I'm gonna place the link to that video that I just played for you guys in the comment section of YouTube. Of course, you guys check me out on the YouTube, subscribe to my channel, like and share all the good stuff. Many of you all know I'm big on Haiti's history and current events. My next book is called The Americans in France's 1,000-Year War Against Haiti. It'll be released in 2024. But that's not the purpose of this video. However, I am an educator and mentor, and that's exactly what Ed Reed is, what he was, what he still is, and will continue to be. He wants to go back to Bethune. What do you guys think? He should go back. He wants to still be hired at Bethune. I don't think that's going to happen because of the fact of what transpired of him, at the school and just the things being said. He's not. They're not going to rehire him after all this media publicity. As a matter of fact, the students are protesting as we speak at Bethune since yesterday. Talking about the issues that he brought up. Now, you guys know I have this shirt on. One of my work shirts is Sky Clean Air Services Mold and Water Removal, right? I'm a mold specialist, So I'm looking at the picture. I want to give a shout out to brother Malcolm and them, at Manosphere. Blessings to those brothers. Mano Versions 2020. These guys, having good conversation. What is because I was listening and watching one of their shows on YouTube, and brother Malcolm, Anthony Malcolm on Facebook, he posted something. I just want to give him a shout out. You guys, check them out. Subscribe to their manversations that they've been having. But because of his platform, it brought to my attention about the mold before I seen it on Ronald Martin and the discussions about it. But the mold issues, and as a matter of fact, I'm gonna share my screen and show you guys some of these the mold pictures that they have out there at Bethune Cookman. And I'm supposed to be working today. I am working, but my guys already going to be there setting up and everything. But I just wanted to, before I head on this renovation job we're doing in Buckhead, Atlanta, I wanted to make this video. As a matter of fact, that house we're working on originally was a mold project, a mold project that turned into a house, renovating the whole house from tile, drywall, renovating the bathrooms, French drain, gutters, we painted the exterior. We're doing a whole lot of work there. And I also just came from doing a mold inspection at a house in Forest Park, Georgia, which is about 40 miles south of Buckhead, just outside of Atlanta. But as you can see, the mold and mildew in some of these pictures here in Bethune. And the president, Dr. Drake, mentioned that the reason why, and this is Anthony's page, by the way, I'll check them out. And this is Mano Versions of Manversations 2020. You guys follow them, check them out on Facebook again. I think that's enough shout outs for those guys. But I just wanted you guys to take a look at, take a look at the mold in the pictures. And I'm going to also put up my website here as well, Sky Clean Air Services. Because I would love to get that contract in Bethune. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really would love to correct the mold over there. And let me see something here. So besides that, what we have going on here is whenever you have water, excess of water, excess of mold somewhere, you know, when water is forming and the humidity, you're going to get mold. And so Dr. Drake was saying that there was a lot of issues with the hurricanes and two major storms, and just the mold started forming because of that issue. It wasn't because they were just negligent. It's just because they couldn't, do nothing about the mold. They couldn't do nothing about what was going on with the issues with the moisture. But now they spent $250,000 on trying to correct this issue. So I definitely want you guys to you know, not be so critical against Bethune, but we must pay attention to what's happening, because if this was a case where there was negligence on the school, they're gonna get sued. And the way it looks like, people want to sue Bethune-Cookman right now. There are students. If this continues, this issue with the motor issue, the trash piled up in an empty building that could be used. That's me right there in one of the pictures on Facebook for you guys. Uh, you know, and I definitely want to post a lot more things on here. But this definitely my company. This is our Facebook page, and yeah. So this is what we do. So when I'm talking about mold and mildew and black mold and yellow mold and all the different issues people have been having with their houses, this is a mold project here in the bathroom someone had. I just empathize with brother Ed Reed, shout out to him, and also to the students there at Bethune, because no one should live in those kind of conditions. No one should live in those type of conditions where you have to, one, be complacent with mediocrity. You know what I'm saying? If Bethune, if the complaints from the alumni, the students, and it's not being addressed, and it's going on for years. I mean, as a matter of fact, there's a lawsuit going on right now against Bethune, and I believe it is from some of the alumni. And everyone is chiming in right now, because Ed brought he brought the lenses, he brought the microscope, the telescope, on Bethune-Cookman, so people can actually pay attention and look and see what can be done. The fact that being a black man in America, having lived in Florida, living in Atlanta, Georgia right now, having traveled the world, I've seen a lot of things. I've probably seen more places, possibly more museums than most people alive right now. I've always had a thing for museums and schools and libraries. I probably own more books than everybody who's tuned in on this show. I take education very seriously, is the point I'm trying to make here. I take education very seriously. Even my daughter, she's already learning about, strong black men and women, Queen Nzinga, General Toussaint Louverture, Booker T. Washington. Marcus Garvey. I'm already having those conversations with her. She's only 15, 16 months old. She may understand what I'm saying, but she will at some point in time as I continue doing it. And if the children, or not children, if the students at Bethune-Cookman are being treated like this, being neglected and ignored, then what does that say about HBCUs, historically black community colleges? What does that say about the respect that they have for that we have for Mrs. Mary McLeod Bethune-Cookman, who built this school, right? School located in Daytona Beach, Florida. Mary Jane McLeod Bethune started the school back in 1929. She's an American educator. She was abolitionist, definitely a womanist, humanitarian, civil rights activist. If she was alive, even though she was born in 1875, say in 1865, she would have been an abolitionist. You know what I'm saying? Philanthropist. Bethune opened the boarding school, Daytona Beach Literary and Industrial School for training young girls, young Negro girls, and then it turned into becoming a college, with the all male Cookman Institute. But now there's women there as well. But it's unfortunate that having the Ku Klux Klan come there to threaten her because she built this school, because she had a passion for the students, to educate Black children, that today in 2023, how many years is that? We in 2023, and school bill 1929. So you're talking about 94 years ago. This lady sacrificed to build the school, and this is the condition that it's in. They didn't have a practice field. He was working bit on that. He cleared the land, which was impressive, chopping down trees, the landscaping. The students supposedly, he said that the football students have to wash their own uniforms, and they were sharing uniforms. I mean, the Dr. Drake denied those things. But I would say this, there has to be some truth. If Ed Reed doing all this lying, there has to be some truth to it. All of it can't be fake. Some of this stuff has to be real. It has to have been going on, possibly still going on. When Deion Sanders left Jackson State University, matter of fact, Ed Reed was offered a position at Jackson State University, and he turned it down. And and I'm actually, guys, if you're on Facebook, if you're on Instagram, please follow my YouTube channel, because I'm getting ready to log off on here on Instagram and Facebook. So go ahead and tune out and tune in on my main platform on YouTube. Again, my website is kevindorver.com. Again, my website is kevindorver.com. So definitely, please tune in, follow me. I'm going to place the link on my Facebook and Instagram. You guys know you can always definitely catch me there and see what's going on. So, all right, let's see here. So I really need to be getting to work, get the money. All right, so, all right, thanks for tuning in, guys. So, with Ed Reed. And I definitely love to hear some of your thoughts. What you guys thinking? You think Ed Reed was tripping? I honestly think it would have been more professional for him to have waited to had a conversation regarding Bethune Cookman's subpar conditions. But I definitely don't think he should have been fired, or the talks of him becoming the coach. I think that should have continued, because he's obviously great guy. What I'm saying, warrior, general, rare kind of man, type of man we need today. If I was not working on my book, The 1,000-Year War Against Haiti, I'll be finishing up 7 Types of Kings, Queens Desire. Men like Ed Reed, warriors like Ed Reed, real men, not these feminine boys that got out here going on, and I just can't believe that, what I'm saying, someone who is so passionate, someone who's willing to put it all on the line, and everything he does is not being respected. Now, I can relate to that. You're not being respected for your hard work and dedication. I can relate to it. I've been there, done that. What I'm saying, going through it still. No matter how much you do, how much you work, you're never going to be appreciated, for the things that you do. You will never be fully appreciated and acknowledged for the hard work that you put in, for the sacrifice you made. And, at his level, I'm sure he's not looking for pats on the back, claps and et cetera, et cetera. He's looking for respect. He's looking for HBCUs like Bethune-Cookman, like Jackson State University, like Florida Memorial University, to get out the way. Get out the way of the progress. Stop just trying to eat off the students. Stop trying to eat off the student athletes. football team and the money that comes in, the endorsers. As a matter of fact, Ed Reed had major endorsers lined up, major supporters lined up. Everyone from Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq, Deion Sanders, business owners, restaurant owners. He had them lined up to pay for whatever he needed. Because give money to a school, donations tax deductible. That's great news to multimillionaires such as myself. ScottKingNetServices.com. So I definitely, want you guys to chime in. Give me your thoughts. Tell me if I'm tripping. Should Ed Reed have waited to be hired, or she have not said anything at all and just kept rolling with the punches and doing his thing? I think he was a tidal wave that was too high and too big for a school student body that was too small for the drastic changes he was doing immediately. He was moving. He was moving. He was making it happen. He was making it shake. He was doing his thing. I love it. I love that about him. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're a man of vision, a man of purpose, when you're a man of God and you know what you've been called to do, you're going to move full steam ahead. You're going to give it everything you got. You're not going to settle. You're not going to slow down. You're going to fight. You're going to push. You're going to go against the forces of nature if you got to. You will fight God if you have to. If it's going to save thousands and millions of lives. You're going to do what needs to be done. You're going to sacrifice. Even in the Bible, when I believe it was Jacob was fighting God, you know what I'm saying? Fighting the angel of God. Fought him until the angel broke his hip so that he would stop wrestling with him. Because Jacob, I would not let you go until you give me a blessing. And a lot of us men, we are fighting for our blessings. We're fighting for our recognition. We're fighting for love and affection, acknowledgement for what we are doing for our communities. Am I the only one seeing this? Am I tripping? We're in a society where men ain't no longer respected. It's a woman-ran society. And what is happening? What are we seeing our young men going through? Our young men, young black men, are number one population committing suicide from 15 to 24. If I'm not mistaken, 15 to 24. Number one growing population committing suicide. Black boys. Something that it was always white boys and white girls doing. Now black boys doing it. Young man just a month ago, 3 weeks ago, killed his mother. The boy picked up a gun, shot his mother, killed her, because she didn't want to buy him this video game, this virtual reality game that people going crazy about. This is the reality of the situation we're living in. Women are more aggressive, more bold, and more crazier than ever. Why? Because the men are non-existent in the homes, in the communities. We are being wiped out. Strong men, alpha men like Ed Reed are being wiped out. We need to do more. We need to do more to support our men, our soldiers, our generals, our kings. We need to do more than say thumbs up or good job. We need to give them their roses and flowers while they are alive. And Ed Reed is definitely worth that. Anyway, my name is King Kevin Dorval. I got to get back to this business. Got to get back to the money, y'all. So it's going to be a long, long day of grinding. It's raining out here in Atlanta. Hope you guys be safe out here on the road, wherever you're at. And kiss your kids. Pray for safety on your journeys, and that you return home just as safe as you left, Anyway, I'm King Kevin Dorval, KevinDorval.com. See the website, Sky King Air Motor Moving Services in Atlanta. Instagram at Courage to Believe. Also, Instagram at Sky King Air Services. And love to help. I would love to get that contract at Bethune Cookman or any university. Our company is doing some good things, and we're definitely growing and buying equipment, spending thousands of dollars. I probably spent $2,500 literally this past week on new equipment because we're expanding. It's a good thing, you know what I'm saying? Helping men support their families, and they're helping me support my family because we are working together and making things happen. So anyway, you can give me a call, 470-377-1126, 470-377-1126. Business, right? Whatever you need, renovations, motor removal, water dam, et cetera, et cetera. Of course, my books are all on my website. And I wrote 4 books actually. The Courage to Believe, 7 Types of Queens, King Desire, The Winner in the Mirror, Activating Superpowers, Mind, Body, and Spirit. Last but not least, that is coming up soon. And next year, this time next year, 2024, is America's and France's 1,000-year war against Haiti. Again, it's been a blessing. Much love. Y'all be blessed. Drop your comments, like, and subscribe.